Hello and welcome back to AXLE Racing on another sunnier Sunday in Brands Hatch here in the heart of Kent. We are here racing the Ford Mustang Road to Racing prototype here as part of the AXLE Racing Fantasy League for GT cars. So far so good. A good free practice, little spin, good qualifying, well not so good qualifying, we came 8th and another little spin. Sprint race win, which went very well. That's our first race win of the season. Also had a little spin. We've really got to be careful as we get to the top of Dingledale this time round. We don't want to spin in the race. So you join us for today's feature race. We will be doing 15 laps of the Brands Hatch GP circuit. There will be one mandatory pit stop and double points all the way down to 14th position. Which means the points are as follows for a feature race in this series. First place gets 22 points, second place gets 20, third 18, fourth 16, fifth 14 points, sixth 12 points, seventh 10 points, eighth 8 points, ninth 6 points, and 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th are 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is the points, and in this season, or this series, you also get 2 points for the fastest lap in the race as well. We'll be totting those points up at the end of the race to give you a good overview of the weekend's scoring, because there is points for qualifying, there is points for the sprint race, and the full feature race, of course, and 3 points up for grabs for fastest laps too. So plenty of point scoring positions, plenty of competitiveness up for grabs, I suppose. Yes, the whole grid is very competitive. We did have some Group 4s up in the top 10, where they should be sometimes, especially on a track like Brands. It's a good equaliser for all the cars because it's not so much about brute power, it comes down to handling and agility, which the smaller cars do have as well, just not as much power as the GT3 and GT2 cars. So the way this one works, it's going to be 15 laps of the GP loop. It will be a rolling start. The grid is once again completely randomised. We have no say over this one. Like I said, there'll be one mandatory stop. No tyre compounds are forced, obviously. So we will be going soft and soft, of course, with as little fuel as possible. Yet difficulties up. So without further ado, we are ready to get on with Sunday's feature race. I hope you're looking forward to this one. I certainly am as well. So let's get this one underway. Okay, here we are on the grid. Once again, fairly high up on the grid. I don't feel we deserve this after our qualifying. But we are in 5th for the start of today's race. It's a nice rolling start. We're going to look for the inside, but there's a car there already, so we're going to back off to the outside again. There's another one wanting to sneak up the inside of us. We are going to be courteous of the other cars, but we also want to make up some places too. We've run very wide at druids, just like the car ahead. I thought he did brake too late and we kind of followed him almost. So far so good. We have managed to keep 5th position on the road as we head down Grand Hill Bend. We're on the bottom straight, approaching Surtees now. 4th place is left door open, but shut it again just before we get onto the GP loop. And here we go down the back straight for the first time, approaching 150 miles per hour down here. We've got 150, 155 almost on the brakes there. Let's be careful not to leave the inside open for the other cars to attack. He's having a look, but it's not going to happen. Oh, and we've been hit on the inside. He made the move anyway. He's made the lunge. I can't control the car. Wow, that was aggressive and that was dangerous. I hope he gets a haul of penalties for that one, because he's punted us off at a very dangerous point of the track and left us spinning back into the inside. So what we're going to do here, apart from crashing into Group 4 cars, is I'm going to go for an immediate pit stop, get our mandatory pit stop out of the way, get us into some clean air, and let's get on with the race, shall we? So we've got 15.9 laps of fuel on, so we're going to skip the fuel. We just want the tyres, we want a nice clean pit stop. But what this is essentially going to do for us is this is going to bring us out into some clear air. Something the other cars definitely won't have when they come in and out for their pit stops. Well, the soft tyres, we've not got a lot of fuel on board. This is all about getting your foot down and getting on with it. So, qualifying laps to the end now, please. And hopefully we can use this time to make up as much time as possible on the leaders. I see somebody else has also come in for their pit stop out of Group 2 as well. They've followed us into the pits. They must have done. And as I can see, the leader now just coming into clearways on the mini-map, just as we head on to the GP loop. So that is what 45 seconds gap looks like around Brands Hatch. Ideally, we probably need that to be around about 30 seconds if we're going to trouble the leaders by the time they come in for their pit stops. I would imagine probably around about laps 7 or 8. So we haven't got many laps until they start making their mandatory pit stops. So we need to get our foot down. And this is qualifying laps to the end now. We really need to push on whilst we've got a fresh set of tyres on. And lots of clean air in front of us. It seems first place has still got the pace on us, so you never know, we may not have been troubling the leaders in this race, but I want to keep good pace with the leaders. I don't want them to extend the lead much more than what it is now. If I can bring it down, that'll be a real bonus, but we need to put in some serious lap times. We've had nothing but problems with Dingle Belt all weekends, and it's really showing for us now. And that was really good. I may have jinxed it then, because that was actually really good through there that time. As you can see, we've really brought down the gap to the cars ahead. Which funnily enough looks like a GT2 and a GT4 car. So there we go, across the line to set our first 1 minute 29 of the weekend. That is by far and wide our fastest lap of the weekend so far. I'll just have to trust that our leaders get caught up in some sort of traffic during the pit lane. During the pit stops, that's what's really going to help our race out today. Like I say, not to worry too much. We do still get points if we finish all the way down in 14th with the fastest lap, but we've got to be in it to win it. So far we are still down in 23rd and quite far off of the points positions. But we are going to make up one more place here, overtaking the GT4 Janetta into Dingle one more time. I imagine that was the line the Corvette was going for when he overtook me. But that's how you make it work. That's how you make it stick. So there's our first little bit of traffic out the way. We have lost once again another second or so to the leaders doing so. But we want to keep pace with them. We want to make sure that our lap times are hot. We do not not lose too much time throughout this race. I'm not worrying too much. Places will come back to us through the pit stops. You know, it's 45 seconds to the leader, but I imagine somewhere between 25 and 30 seconds on average for a pit stop. So we should still be looking at a top 10 finish. We was running in 5th just before the crash. So anything between 10th and 5th I'll be quite happy with, given our situation here today. And this is why the sprint win was so important. That extra haul of points is going to keep us in contention as we head into next weekend's race. But not today, as we finish this far down the grid in this race. We're really starting to take chunks out of the cars in the lead and ahead of us. Just putting in some absolutely flying laps now. 1:29.7 is our best so far. And I think once again that was really all thanks to how quickly we were able to take this corner without crashing. Like I say, that really makes or breaks it. So we've all caught up to traffic now. This is where it's going to get interesting. We've got to perform some overtakes. This Cadillac runs very deep there. I wasn't quite sure if we were going to get the car stopped in time. But we're definitely going to squeeze in that gap there, past the Cadillac, and maybe even get the Aston into turn 1. Or running a bit too deep there into paddock. And he's got us on the undercut. I'm going to leave him room on the inside because I know he's going to be diving up there. But unbelievably, due to the nature of the track, we've made it stick around the outside of Druids as we head down into Graham Hall Bend, and we maintain the place. So not too upset about that one. There's a few places gained now that we've caught up to the traffic. We've gone from 23rd to 20th in a lap. Oh, make that 19th. I wanted to get a move on. BMW not so much. Didn't quite have the same pace that we do in a straight line. But we made the pass eventually. Now it seems we have another victim here. The Porsche's just run wide at the top of Dingle Dell, which has already brought us onto the rear bumper. I'm not going to make a move into that corner. That would be quite foolish of me. But I may make a dive down the inside here. There's a little bit of contact. We are leaving him room on the outside if he's still there, but he's backed off. Probably rightly so. We did get a warning for the contact with the Porsche there. That was a ballsy move, but it's a move that I wanted to make before things get too late. Now here are the early pit stoppers, lap 6. Got a couple of cars coming out now, but we have overtaken them all, and that's put us into 12th. Is it looking good for us in terms of a top 10 finish today? I'm almost certain of a top 10 finish, as long as no more dramas happen. There we go, we're looking good on our lap times as well, very consistent. And on to the GP loop we go. Now we've got just over 10 seconds to the car ahead. There is a gap. I assume most of the lead cars that will be pitting now will be coming out into that gap between me and the car ahead. They will be on fresher tyres, but they'll also be colder to start with as well, so they won't have as much grip and momentum as we come up along behind them. We can hopefully capitalise and make good of some more positions to their disadvantage, and then we'll have to play defence for the rest of the race. We're just at halfway point now, just over 7.5 laps completed, coming around the last corner to complete our 7th lap, heading into lap 8. There's only one car in the pits this time, so that puts us up into 11th position. Looks like the leaders are opting for a longer strategy. That will be hurting their tyres. I know first place has got a much bigger gap on us this time, He's up to 52 seconds now, which is quite encouraging. And that has come down. And I think we can start to get that down as he possibly runs into a bit of back marker traffic. And we've got clear air in front of us. Now where could that be? Is that him just going over the start-finish line now? I would assume so. Just as we're heading around the top of the GP circuit, we're down to 51 seconds now. The time is coming down. Either his tyres are wearing or he's stuck in traffic, but the time is coming down. We're down to 50 seconds now. Now I know I shouldn't be looking at the leader's gap, but it's going to be a good indication of all the cars behind him as well. Seems to have found a little bit of clear air again. We've got some more cars in the pits. One coming out of the pits just now, but we have obviously got just ahead. And that's us back up into 7th position. Looks like our strategy is working quite well to our advantage. One car ahead of us has made the pit stop. But he does also have a time penalty as well. Not that I think we're going to get that close to him by the end of the race. GP loop, 13 seconds ahead, so he hasn't got to pit. The two other cars, all the leaders just come into the pits as well. So this is where the race really starts to close up again now at the end of the pit stops. And this is where we need to capitalise on anyone who hasn't pitted in front of us yet. I assume they'll probably still come out ahead of us. But if anyone gets caught in traffic or they're going slower, it could be of an advantage to us. We have got some cars catching us now. This is where I said we're going to need to defend as well. The cars will be on much fresher tyres behind us, which means they're going to be much quicker. And yeah, it's only one car in the pits as we come past, but it is one more position that we need. It puts us up into 6th place. So we are now really at a net of -1. Our strategy seems to have paid off well. We've had lots of clear track ahead of us. Um, 15 seconds to the car ahead. I don't think that's likely to happen over the next 5 laps, but you never know. They could get caught in traffic. Looks like I might have actually got caught in traffic. A Group 4 car holding them up there. I'm aware of the car behind us. He is closing in quite quickly. He has got good pace. Like I say, fresher tyres, probably better fuel on board. We will be cutting this right down to the wire. We've got 6 laps of fuel left, just over 5 laps to go in the race. So we are now, unless the car ahead gets stuck in traffic, we are now on the defence until the end of the race. I will not be defending just yet. I'm still going for attack. Because you never know, they could have problems, they could have issues, they could get caught in some back marker traffic. The car behind us has a half-second penalty as well. Not that I want to let him past. If he does get past on the line, and we keep him to half a second, obviously we haven't had a fantastic lap there, so we are down a little bit on the car in front, but he has gone wide. On the entrance to Dingle, he has gone wide. We can breathe a miniature sigh of relief as we approach the back marker that I believe was holding up the car in front of us just for a little while. The time, funnily enough, still stands at 13 seconds. So our pace seems to be really good in this later stint of the race. We'll go around the Ginetta. Nicely on. So now the car behind us also got to compete with the traffic, but hopefully it catches up to him in the slower parts of the track. Dingle, for example. Nope, he's already taken him. Oh, right, okay, he's back on us again. Right, so we've got 3 more laps of defending to do now. And honestly, it's just going to be... It's not a defence masterclass yet. This is going to be more of a... Just go as fast as you can. Just don't give him the chance to overtake. We've lost a little bit of time to the car ahead, although we are keeping him honest around about 13 seconds, which shows we do have the race pace of the faster cars. We've just not been in the right position for it. Oh, a little bit wider there. It's not what we want. Right, got to be really careful through here now, because if we make a mistake up at the top of Dingle again, in every session this weekend, then we're really going to lose our position here. And that's something I really don't want to do. I'm very proud of the strategy we've run today. We've managed to get back into 6th position, which, as I say, is only -1 to the position that we started in. Three more. That's all we've got to do. Just stay fast, stay ahead. Scrubbed a little bit too much speed through Graham Hill down there. You can really start to feel the rear tyres sliding now. As we go through some of the faster corners, I can feel the grips starting to slip away from us as they are approaching 13 laps old now, these tyres. We're going to have to start short shifting out of some corners, like so, just to carry the momentum and stop the slip. We've got 3 laps of fuel remaining. The Aston Martin is still all over the back of us. Now we are approaching a GT2 car, but I believe he's actually a back marker. Otherwise the time to the car ahead would have come down significantly. I know that's not a 15-second gap. We're just wide there. We've been given a small time penalty as well. Now I've actually watched... Whoa, 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 whoa! There's the tyres giving out on us. Right, and unfortunately that's caused the Aston Martin to close right up and probably solidified our position in 6th place in today's race. Or at best 6th place, because we won't be catching the car ahead now. Yep, the tyres really starting to complain now, as we get very nervous towards the end of our stint here in the first feature race of the year. It's not been a screaming success, not like the sprint race yesterday, but it can't always be like that where we just scream off into the lead and take the win. Unfortunately, this is 6th position. We seem to have been able to keep the Aston Martin at bay for now. And this looks like it's a GT2 car on the map. Right, last lap. We've just got to keep it on the road. Not get on the throttle too early like we did last time. Just at the right time there. And follow this car down the straight. Now we did actually manage to keep 5th place quite a respectable distance throughout this race. You know, he hasn't slipped since the pit stop. He hasn't slipped further away than 15 seconds really. We've got him down as low as about 13. And I assume he's really stuck in some traffic now because the time's properly coming down. So are we. But I really need to make a move on this car, otherwise I'm going to be heading my race and Aston Martin behind. This is going to be a tight one to the line. Right, okay, it looks like 6th position, and across the line we go for the final time. Thank you very much. Oh, that was almost the whole stint on one set of tyres. That was tough. The car was giving out then. Very fast laps up at the top of the board. We got some 127s up there, which is seriously quick and seriously impressive. No wonder they managed to scamper off so far into the lead. And unfortunately, it's the guy that punted us off at the start of the race that picked up the win. Even with the penalty, I don't think that's entirely fair. But look at that, we do have a mix of Group 2, Group 3 and Group 4 cars in the top 10. Well done to the Audi TT that managed to sneak into 8th place. And we have 3 Group 4 cars in the points. So the Audi TT, the Ginetta and a KTM. Shows that they are all capable around this circuit. They have managed to keep up good pace with the rest of the cars. Sort of only a second or two behind us really, a 32, 33, and on average we were 129s, 130s, which looks pretty good. So that is all for Sunday's race. As you can see, we've got the points there, points finishes all the way down to 24th. Quite a few penalties picked up across the grid, all pit stops completed. Quite a good and successful first race, I've got to admit. I'm very happy with that, very happy with the end result. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Sunday, and join us again next time for the next race. But for now, this has been AXLE Racing. Thank you very much, and see you again next time. Bye bye.